Aries, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot, and welcome to your February 2018 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising signs. So Aries, for this reading, I'm using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck along with the Vintage Wisdom Oracle cards, and then later on I also will be pulling you an additional Romance Angel Oracle card as well. All right, Aries, so at the bottom of the deck, I do have a Page of Wands. Okay, interesting. This is what I'm using as the overall energy for you guys for the month of February. So the Page of Wands, maybe some of you are experiencing or hearing some good news. With the Page of Wands, for me, often it can represent news that you were anticipating, communication that you were anticipating. You knew it was on its way, but you didn't know exactly when it would be coming through. So maybe some of you are finally hearing something, maybe something you were waiting on here in February. Some good news could be coming your way. Energetically speaking, it's a very fiery, passionate, creative energy. Some of you could be, very enthusiastic. Maybe you're stepping out on a new path, going on some sort of new adventure. You actually have some really amazing energies here to work with, Aries, in the month of February. So right at the center though, energy that you're starting the month with, we do have strength. You have strength crossed by the Lovers card. So even if some of you are still waiting on news here right at the start of the month, or even at the end of January, because I am filming this at the end of January. So if you're still waiting at some point throughout February, I feel like that news is coming in, because strength is a very patient energy, can represent, someone really going within, relying upon that inner strength when it comes to having to wait on someone or something, being patient, staying calm. So I think that some of you, you're being incredibly strong here, and also maybe having to be patient. And with the Lovers card here, yes, some of you could be waiting on a person. You could be waiting on your lover, waiting on a significant other. Here, something definitely may be going on with a relationship for some of you, but also, maybe a Gemini is significant, or maybe a decision. So there could be some Aries that you could be waiting on a decision. A decision could be significant here. Also, if you are someone that has to make a decision with this combination, could be a decision in regards to a relationship, you might be kind of putting it off or waiting. You could be taking your time, Aries, when it comes to making some sort of choice or decision. Now, at your foundation, we actually have the Eight of Wands. So with the Eight of Wands at your foundation, some of you, maybe something happened quickly. So even if something is maybe on hold, or there is this small little kind of waiting period that you have to get through, something could have happened very quickly prior to this. With the Eight of Wands, it is a very hasty energy. It can be a sudden energy. Something happening very, very quickly. Could have been news that came to you, Aries, very quickly. With the Eight of Wands, for me, it's a very positive energy, and it always represents forward movement. It can even indicate travel, things looking up, the energy shifting, a lot going on. So maybe some of you had a lot going on here, or there could have even been a lot of communication with maybe a lover, with someone, but maybe there is this need to kind of slow it down or be patient for whatever reasons. Now, what's interesting is in the more recent past, I do have the Eight of Swords. So we do have a couple of eights here. So eights for me are a karmic number. 8 could have some sort of significance. Maybe some of you, if something's been going on for 8 weeks or 8 months, something like that. With the Eight of Swords in the more recent past, this is actually good because some of you are actually moving out of this energy. This energy is behind you, which the Eight of Swords is that mental energy. So it could have been you fearing the worst, could have been you experiencing some anxiety. I feel like for some of you it was confusion. I feel like you heard something or something began maybe very quickly, but then maybe there was this kind of waiting period that you're in right now that you're going through, and this was some sort of confusion for some of you. Could have also been some fear, some worrying unnecessarily here, definitely for other Aries. But the good news is this is energy that you're putting behind you, Aries. And then crowning you, we do have Judgment. So Judgment crowning you, also with the Lovers card here, some of you do have a very important decision that you have to make. And oftentimes when Judgment does come up, you are going to make the right decision here. Some of you might need to take your time with doing so. So if, you know, if that's what you feel, then, you know, that's what you need to do, Aries. Take your time. Judgment can represent you making a very significant decision. Also, Judgment here in this position, some of you might feel as though you're rising up from a difficult time. You're healing in some way. Judgment is about rebirth, renewal, you rising up from a difficult time, rising up from the ashes, maybe even feeling reborn in a sense. So some of you could have went through a difficult time, but you're very, very strong. You could be healing. A decision could also be significant for other Aries. You know, I could be reading for two different groups of Aries here, definitely. And then coming up in the near future, around the second week, interesting enough, Aries, we have a 2. So with Judgment, the Lovers card, and now we have a 2 here. 2s can definitely speak about decisions. We have the 2 of Wands, which around the second week of February, I feel that this is you very focused on the future. And with this Page of Wands energy as well, this is you getting excited. You're excited about what the future holds. Some of you feel renewed in some way, recharged in some way, maybe energetically speaking. You know, this is you very focused on the future, making those plans, coming up with lots of ideas for yourself, for your future, and again, just about ready to walk down an exciting new path. With the Hierophant here in the position of your power, I feel like some of you, a legal matter could be ending, and therefore because a legal matter is coming to an end, you know, you feel a lot lighter. Maybe you're finally branching out and now going your separate way. For some of you, for a small number of you. And then for other Aries, I feel like, you know, this is either on the relationship front or it could be something work related. So you could be, if you're in a relationship or you've had to make a decision about a relationship here, some of you could be choosing to actually make a commitment and get into a more serious traditional relationship here. This is energy around the second, third week. So we do have Valentine's Day at this time. Coming up here at this time. So maybe there are some Aries that you're making a commitment. You could be getting into a relationship here, definitely, and that's a big decision that you're making. Some of you definitely could even be maybe moving towards getting married. So if that's the case, congratulations. And then for other Aries, this might be work related. You have a decision to maybe make about a job, something like that. With the Hierophant in this position, which is the position of your power, it's you getting organized, especially with the 2 of Wands here, getting organized, figuring out exactly what your next move is going to be. And then in the position of how those around you are viewing you, we do have the Knight of Wands, which again, fiery, passionate you, Aries. You know, people are viewing you as being very fiery, very passionate, enthusiastically moving forward. You know, this is a knight that's excited. He's charging forward. So I think some of you at this time, you have a lot going on here, and it's exciting. Travel could even be in the cards. For those of you that it is something work related, you could be moving up within the company that you work for. You could be signing a very important document at this time. And then in your hopes and fears, I do have the Hermit. So the Hermit can speak about that enlightenment. I always view the Hermit as someone who is seeking that enlightenment, those answers, that clarity. He's someone who is on a spiritual journey, someone who's very, very spiritual, very, very intuitive. So definitely listen to your intuition here. But also, I think that some of you, again, seeking that clarity, seeking that decision, those answers, and it's coming to you here. It's definitely coming to you. And, you know, if you, let's see, if you have a lot going on, because you do have the 8 of Wands at your foundation, for those of you that maybe something began really quickly, or you have, you know, a lot going on here in the month of February, this also can represent you kind of wanting some downtime or some alone time for some of you. And then what's interesting is the energy that you're actually leaving the month with and going into March with. We do have the 6 of Swords, which for me is another card that can speak about travel, forward movement, definitely. So some of you could be traveling, again, physically, maybe traveling, but the 6 of Swords for other Aries is you mentally moving forward. You might have dealt with challenges, difficulties previously, but now energetically speaking, the energy is shifting. Things are moving forward. You feel a lot lighter. This is you moving towards peace of mind and just a better energy. So I think that overall, Aries, I think it's going to be a wonderful month for you. Yeah, some of you definitely some relationship issues going on here, or relationship matters, I should say. Might not be issues, but just matters. And then for other Aries, a few of you, it could be a legal situation that's ongoing. And then I do see some of you maybe advancing within your career, or maybe even landing a new job here. So overall, you know, no matter how you resonate with this, I think it's going to be a wonderful month for you. Let's do some clarifying really quickly. Let's see. We will take a look at the Strength card. You know, it's great energy, but it is energy that you're experiencing right at the start of the month. We will take a look at the Strength card. Clarifying the Strength card for Aries in February. Aries. Okay, and you know, I don't feel the need to clarify the 8 of Swords because it's energy that you're moving away from. And the 6 of Swords here at the end of the month is confirming that. So we have the Star, the Death card, and the 6 of Swords again, but it's clarifying the Strength card. So this is healing energy with Judgment crowning you, the Star here, lots of spiritual, definitely. Spiritual energy, but also, you know, some of you are healing. Some of you are healing. Now, with Death, there could have been an ending. Death obviously represents endings and new beginnings, you know, but with every ending, Aries, it creates that space within your life for something new to come in. It also represents great change, transformation. We have the 6 of Swords. Some of you, I feel like this is what you're waiting on. This is what you want. You're going through this process, this transformational process at the moment. And yeah, it's going to allow for the energy just to feel a lot lighter in some way, for you to feel more balanced. And you're on the right path. So if you are questioning this path that you're on with the Star, it's confirming that you're on the right path. So this is wonderful. Yes, maybe some of you have to be a little patient here, be strong here, or even find that inner strength, that courage here. But stay optimistic, be positive, because you're in this transformational period right now, and you're going to see movement here. Lots going on in February. It's going to be a good month for you guys. And then I am pulling you an additional guidance card here. This is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle card deck for Aries, additional guidance for Aries in February. And if I do sound out of breath, Aries, in this reading, I am. I had a viewer last week make a comment, ask me if I had a breathing problem, which I don't. I am pregnant, so, you know, it's not always the easiest to breathe when you're pregnant, so I just wanted to clarify that. All right, so I'm also pulling you an additional Romance Angel Oracle card, Aries, for February 2018, focusing on love and relationship matters for Aries. interesting. Okay. Very interesting. All right. So the additional guidance card that I have for you, Aries, is actually Kindred Spirits. Kindred Spirits. So with the Lovers card here in the challenge position, which it isn't always a challenge, but we do have the Lovers card here. We do have the Two of Wands, which twos for me speak about decisions, but they also can speak about partnerships. So no matter if this is romantic or even business or even family or friendship, you know, there's definitely a partnership of some kind for some of you that's significant here in February. Now, maybe you need to make a decision about this relationship, because what's interesting, Aries, is the additional Romance Angel Oracle card that we have is give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So no matter if this is romantic or not, for some of you, Aries, it could be a friendship, it could be a business partnership. There is a relationship, I feel, that's significant here, and maybe you guys are meant to actually work together in some way. And I think that with give your relationship a chance, they're actually asking you to not give up on this partnership so quickly, so easily. We know that you have a very important decision to make here, Aries, in February. Take your time, don't rush. Don't rush into anything. But some of you need to give it another go. You're really going to have to listen to your intuition when it comes to this. Now, if for some reason a relationship maybe just ended for some of you, because the star for me can confirm that you're on the right path, and with Judgment, this could be like an awakening, you hearing the call for action, moving forward. Some of you are moving forward. So if you feel in your heart and your intuition is telling you it's best to move forward in some way and leave some sort of relationship behind, then that's what you need to do. Because here, you know, I think that for a small number of you, it's possible that a relationship ended and some of you could be getting into another relationship. Because I feel like for a very small number of you, it's actually, you know, it's meant for you to move forward in some way, because, you know, that energy, it's just going to make you feel a lot lighter and just, you know, bring some peace to you in some way. Definitely tune into your Vimeo Love Tarot forecast for the month of February. You'll have more, you know, information in that reading. But overall, no matter how you resonate with this, it's going to be a wonderful month for you guys. Lots going on. So I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you are interested in having a private reading with me, please check out northeasttarot.com. And again, over on Vimeo, I do have the 2018 February Love Tarot forecast posted over there. The link is below. I just want to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day, and I hope that you have a wonderful month. Take care.